Good morning, Space Monkeys. Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm your host, Robert Durden. I'm doing a show today on admitting I was wrong on something. At least I think so, which I'm more than happy to do. It's a rule of Fight Club, and as you can tell, I'm in a good mood. I'm admitting I'm wrong on the squad. At least I hope I am. Let's see what they actually do. So I did a video recently shredding them on Pramila Jayapal trying to push Medicare for All to a floor vote. Now again, I said that that's a good thing, but I shat on them because I think their stratagem is silly, because I don't think that they have the support to get it on the House floor. Now, at the time, they had something like 100 co-sponsors on the bill. I think it was like 106. And now they have 112. And that doesn't sound like a big difference, but it actually is. And I'm going to explain to you why. The one thing that's standing in the way of the bill getting a floor vote in the House is Nancy Pelosi and what's called the Hastert rule. Now, the Hastert rule basically states that, and it's not a real rule, let's just get this right, like it's kind of like the parliamentarian where it's a generalized guideline, but it doesn't have to be followed, it can be ignored, it doesn't have to be, listened to at all. And the Hastert rule says that you can't bring up any type of bill for a floor vote in the House unless at least half of the majority party, 50%, is in favor of the bill. Now, there are 219 Democrats in the House. 106 wouldn't have got us there. That would have gotten us to something like, I'm not a mathematician, but 212, 214 if you had the 107. But now they have 112. That puts us over the 50% mark to go around the Hastert rule. So the floor vote might actually happen. Now, here's what I expect to happen. And why I made that first video is that I believe that what the centrist Democrats will do is they'll just do some fuckery like they do with everything, like they did with the parliamentarian, and they'll pull aside 3 or 4 people that are centrist Dems and go, hey, you really thinking you want to support this bill? I don't think you want to sponsor this bill. And they'll talk a couple of people down, and then they'll argue once the number's down to 109. They'll go, well, it's not quite 50%, gotta listen to the Hastert rule, sorry. That's what I think Nancy Pelosi will do, and she will use her power within the party to deflate the momentum that it has, and it won't get to the floor. If it does get to the floor, that's all that matters. It doesn't have to pass. This is what Jimmy Dore and me have been screaming for months. You just have to get people to vote on it. And it is a very good bill. It's Jayapal's bill, which is even better than Bernie Sanders' bill. Let me just be clear on that. It's a 2-year rollout, not a 4-year rollout. And now is the time. So if the squad actually forces a vote on this, I will eat my words and I'll eat them num num num, yummy yummy in my tummy, boys. Because I'm okay being wrong so long as the right thing gets done. And let's be clear too. It's people like me and my grinders out there, you guys, that listen to this stuff and that go out and yell at politicians and call people out on their bogus political views that got this done. You think that the House Democrats would have that many sponsors if we weren't out there just bitching at these people constantly? Hell no, they would never. They would never. So this is absolutely evidence in my mind that this pressure that we're applying is working, and it's also evidence that all those people that wanted to do this the technocratic way are, again, full of shit. We already knew that. Even Cenk Uygur, who was all for not forcing the vote, is now on board for forcing the vote, because even he, Caveman Cenk, realizes the error of his ways, and the technocratic way never works when the Democratic majority is so sleazy. They're not going to let you have any minor victories in the party. Not unless they get a ton in return and get their way, and they still drag everything their way. So you're never going to beat them unless you do stuff like this, hardball. You have to be willing to be brave, and you have to be willing to force things and call people out publicly when they don't do things that you want them to do. So this would not have happened had not people like me been out there screaming about it. But you'll notice that people like me and Jimmy Dore, that once they do this, we're more than willing to let bygones be bygones. This is not personal, and it never has been. It might have been for the other side, who is gaslighting the living shit out of people like me and Jimmy Dore. But no, for us, it's always been about results. That's why we're mad in the first place. So if they get the Medicare for all floor vote, I'll be the first one to applaud. I would love to see it. That's all I really wanted. So, and I will absolutely sing their praises if they get it done. It won't pass, but then we'll have, like I said, we'll have our ammunition and our hit list for when the primaries come along. In 2022, anybody who votes against it, the Democratic side, we primary them, and we use that vote to cudgel them out of existence, and we take their seats from them. So it's excellent news. I hope that it actually comes to fruition and they don't use the Hastert rule to kill it. But right now, it seems as though the Hastert rule might not even apply, because they have 112 co-sponsors, which is more than 50%. So as long as nobody, as long as they hold their ground, I don't see how they can stop the vote. So that's wonderful news. And I never would have thought it. I don't know. They don't really have any leverage over Pelosi, so they probably still won't get it anyway. But it's still a testament to all of the work that all of you guys have been doing out there. Screaming at the rooftops, man. There's no way there would have been 112 co-sponsors even a month ago. That's political pressure, folks. So bravo to you. You've done a great job out there. You keep doing what you're doing because it's working. You're not doing anything wrong. It's on the squad right now. If the squad can get their part done now, then we'll have mission partially accomplished, because we'll have gotten the Medicare for all floor vote. We'll have our hit list, our ammunition going into 2022 midterms, and maybe the next time it comes up, we get it passed. Now, I think we're still going to get decimated in the 2022 midterms, so this would have to be after 2024. But you get the bill out now, it fails. Every bill fails the first time they vote on it. You rewrite it, and you try again in a couple of years after Congress gets shaken up a little bit. So this is all good news. I would love to be wrong. I'm begging you wimps to make me wrong. I'm begging you. So I'll do another couple of shows today. I'm sorry I didn't get one to you yesterday. I had a migraine headache occasionally when this time of year rolls around and gets stormy. I just get wiped out by headaches. So keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. I'll see you later.